Few things are as heart-wrenching as losing a beloved pet. The thought of an adored animal being left alone in an unfamiliar or hazardous environment is unbearable for any pet owner. Many of us would willingly give everything, even risking our own lives, to shield our furry companions. In the aftermath of a natural disaster that left her 2 dogs missing, a Californian woman turned to a local hero to aid her in searching for her pets once the crisis had abated. Yet, as the rescuer embarked on this mission, she found herself confronting a reality that even she wasn't prepared for. November of 2018 marked the arrival of California's most devastating wildfire, which tore through the state, leaving destruction in its wake. Dubbed the Camp Fire, this blaze consumed a staggering 153,336 acres of land and incurred damages estimated between $7 and 5 cents to $10 billion. Regrettably, the Camp Fire also stands as the deadliest wildfire in the state's history and the 6th deadliest in U.S. history. Following the devastation that razed nearly 19,000 structures, authorities grimly reported 86 fatalities. Among the affected communities, none suffered as profoundly as the town of Paradise. This inferno led to the evacuation of all 27,000 residents, while an overwhelming 95% of the town's structures succumbed to the flames. Within the frenzied evacuation from the advancing firestorm, the residents of Paradise had scarce moments to gather their belongings. While leaving behind possessions such as clothing, furniture, and vehicles was heart-rending, others were compelled to relinquish far more precious treasures. For Andrea Gaylord, the decision to abandon her ancestral home, which had endured for 10 generations, was heart-rending. However, her anguish transcended the loss of the century-old house as her guard dogs, Madison and Miguel, vanished amid the encroaching chaos. Although Andrea and her husband launched an exhaustive search for their cherished pets, the surging flames ultimately compelled them to flee, leaving the fate of the dogs shrouded in uncertainty. Taking refuge in a nearby shelter alongside countless other evacuees, Andrea clung to hope while waiting for the fire's end. Throughout those trying days, thoughts of Madison and Miguel remained a constant presence in her thoughts. After 17 days of relentless firefighting, the Camp Fire was finally contained. Alongside her fellow Paradise residents, Andrea yearned to return home, praying that her dogs had somehow endured. Yet, upon seeking to leave the shelter, she was met with the news that Paradise was still deemed too hazardous for re-entry. It was in this moment that she connected with Shayla Sullivan of K9 Paw Print Rescue, an individual actively engaged in rescuing lost pets from the aftermath of the Camp Fire. With knowledge of Andrea's plight, Shayla resolved to do everything in her power to reunite her with Madison and Miguel. As Shayla embarked on her quest, she received word of a dog resembling Madison and Miguel roaming the streets of Citrus Heights, a small city located about 85 miles south of Paradise. Undeterred, Shayla made the journey and, to her astonishment, found Miguel. Unbelievably, this dog had traversed the distance from Paradise and had been taken in by another local rescue organization. The news of Miguel's survival brought Andrea immense joy, yet Shayla's determination wasn't satisfied with a partial success. Loading her car once again, Shayla directed her course back to Paradise. Navigating treacherous roads, Shayla pressed forward through the once thriving town now reduced to a landscape of charred remnants, where homes and vehicles lay in ruins beneath burnt treetops. Amid such devastation, the question lingered: could anything have possibly survived here? Upon reaching Andrea's raised property, Shayla's query received an answer. Amidst the scorched terrain, she observed movement within the heap of rubble that was once a century-old residence. Approaching with a racing heart, Shayla discovered Madison. Astonishingly, the loyal guard dog had returned after the fire's extinguishment and now stood vigil over the remnants of his former abode. However, even with Madison alive and well, a formidable challenge lay ahead for Shayla. Madison, despite his role as a guard dog, didn't harbor any warmth for strangers. This innate wariness led him to dart away when Shayla approached him. Recognizing the urgency of the situation, Shayla knew that if she couldn't capture Madison, the dog's survival would be compromised due to lack of sustenance and hydration. She urgently required a plan. Leaving behind nourishing water and food, Shayla returned to Andrea to share the good news and to communicate the challenge of catching Madison. Although perplexed, they devised a brilliant strategy to entice the protective pup back home. Utilizing an article of Andrea's clothing, Shayla harnessed its scent to both soothe Madison and beckon him to return to the property. Upon Madison's homecoming, he found his owners and his sibling eagerly waiting. Amidst tearful joy, the reunion unfolded, accompanied by elated licks and joyful yelps from Madison. A substantial bag of his beloved wheat thins was proffered to celebrate this reunion. Even amidst catastrophe, Madison's loyalty to his family remained unwavering, his vigilant protection extended to the home at any cost. The combination of animal loyalty and intuition stands as one of the most potent forces on Earth. In times of urgency, these innate instincts come to the forefront. Just ask this Californian mother. In Stockton, California, Nana Chakunde introduced a baby pit bull named Sasha into her household. With her 7-month-old daughter, Masaila, also residing there, Nana harbored concerns about Sasha's behavior around the infant. However, Nana held faith that with appropriate training, Sasha could become an ideal companion for Masaila. As events would demonstrate, Nana's instincts were spot on. Day by day, the bond between Sasha and Masaila flourished, rendering the two inseparable. Sasha's protective nature extended to preventing Masaila from even taking a bubble bath alone. With Sasha firmly integrated into the family, it became common to find her snuggled up in bed with Nana and Masaila. However, one significant night prompted a different approach. On a warm summer's night, June 6, 2018, Nana decided to let Sasha sleep outdoors in the backyard, providing her with a change of scenery from the apartment's confines. Subsequently, Nana and Masaila retired to their bedroom and soon dozed off. However, Nana's slumber was abruptly interrupted by the sound of barking. Initially, she attributed it to a neighboring dog, as Sasha had never been one to bark so vigorously. Yet, as the urgent barking persisted, Nana sensed something amiss. She hastened downstairs and swung open the back door, only to confront her fears confirmed. Even after returning indoors, Sasha's agitation didn't subside. It was as though she was determined to seize Nana's attention at any cost. When this approach yielded no results, Sasha adopted a different tactic. In a sudden flurry of movement, Sasha sprinted towards the upstairs bedroom where Masaila still slept. Before Nana could follow, an alarming sight outside halted her. In stark horror, Nana observed towering flames erupting from the neighboring apartment complex. Worse yet, the conflagration was rapidly advancing towards her own unit. In a heartbeat, the fire engulfed her apartment complex, escalating swiftly. With mere moments to spare, Nana ascended to rescue Sasha and Masaila. Upon entering the bedroom, a staggering scene met Nana's eyes. Not only was Sasha remarkably composed despite the peril, but she was also attempting to safeguard Masaila. Clutching the infant by her diaper, Sasha had extricated Masaila from her crib and was cautiously guiding her to safety. Nana swiftly gathered both Sasha and the baby before dashing out of the apartment. Upon securing her family's safety outside the building, Nana dialed 911. The fire department arrived promptly, commencing a swift rescue of the remaining tenants and launching an arduous battle against the massive inferno. Several hours elapsed before firefighters managed to quell the flames. As the haze lifted, tenants found solace in the realization that many units had been spared severe damage. Unfortunately, the same could not be said for Nana's abode. Due to the proximity of Nana's apartment to the initial blaze, her entire dwelling, along with its contents, succumbed to destruction. Stripped of their home and belongings, Nana and her family found themselves compelled to relocate to her aunt's abode. Yet, the challenges didn't cease there. Nana's aunt's apartment complex imposed a strict no-pets policy, which necessitated the separation of Sasha from Masaila. Sasha found herself in the company of another family member, while Nana brought Masaila for visits. However, the palpable longing for her cherished companion is evident. Sasha dearly misses her closest friend. In the aftermath of the fire, a GoFundMe campaign emerged, aiming to assist Nana and her family in rebuilding their lives. As they endeavor to piece together the fragments of what was once familiar, Nana recognizes that without Sasha, she and Masaila may not have been here today. Without her, we probably would have never made it out. Nana acknowledges of her valiant dog. I owe Sasha my life. She saved us all. She is our hero.